Drought. Hey everybody, we are actually
Well, I've been sitting here on this dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends now, I'm okay. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julie, take his phone away. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Not sure what the gusts are, but
well, there's Louie and
definitely,
no telling what they're gonna do.
I think we're
you
seeing a
know
little
he's
higher gusts.
got more than a million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the
Trying to keep the camera from getting wet.
Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Yeah. That's our Wednesday song. I love it. I'm trying to do the routine with the songs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Trying to. I forget sometimes. We'll be cutting these short here soon. We're either going to do Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know what we're going to do yet. Or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 30 minutes, keep it short, or Tuesday, Thursday, long. I don't know. All right, countdown is off. We have Hunter today. His eyes are better. He's sleepy, though. Louis was yesterday. I hope everybody's doing good. This is our daily brew. We're going to talk weather. I'm Mike from Mike's Weather Page. It's 9:21 here in Oldsmar, Florida. Coming to you from Tampa Bay of Florida area. We're going to talk about the weather coming up. And how's everybody doing? We got a little bit of tropics. We're going to get into that. We'll say hello for a few minutes. Got our diehards in here this time of year. Everybody comes in to say hi. Our daily brews all year thing, brought to you by our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. There's their logo right there in the bottom of the screen. If you see one in the state of Florida, pull in and say, "What's up?" Good morning, Eric. How's it going down south? Getting a little warm. What's up, Miss Mirtha? Mary, Joseph from New Jersey. How about that? What's up, Joseph? Getting to be a little cold up there for y'all. A little bit of snow forecast. Not really Jersey yet, but there's some hype going on about a big snowstorm up there. It doesn't look like it's happening. What's up, Miss Candy? AJ, hello. Kevin Burrish. Steve Givens from Kentucky. Gotta love it. Home of JD. Good morning, Miss Marcia. Jonathan over there. What's up, Mr. Mary Kay? We're streaming live on X, YouTube, and Facebook, by the way. I just did a little TikTok video. We're up to almost 250,000 followers on TikTok. It's amazing. Yeah, Shelly, I like to keep it short. It's tough when there's no weather to talk about. I feel lost. I feel like that scene in, like when Forrest Gump put little Forrest on the bus and he's just sitting there. Oh, anyway, a couple more hellos. We'll get right into it. I got some windows to pop up. What's up, Mr. Mike E, the big guy? His eye's a little better. He's a little, he got a little pink eye or something. I don't know. We put a washcloth on it last night. He's doing a lot better. You doing a little better, buddy? This is Hunter's had a rough one, man. He's this little guy. 3 years old. 3 years old. Got some new stickers in the mail yesterday. I showed off my redneck one. I got this in the mail. I must have went late binge shopping one night on my store. Keep getting stickers in the mail. Anyway, Bobby, what's up, Mr. Bobby Shorn? Ian from Jamaica. All right. Well, I got a few windows open. Let's talk about it. Here's your current radar. We'll start the day out with the radar. Up north, getting a lot of action. They're the only game in town right now. There is a frontal line setting up here that's going to be making its way down into Texas. This is working its way down. Heavy rain coming, maybe in Louisiana. So that's good news. Florida's denied. We're going to show you that. But there's your current radar this morning. Heavy rain up there in Michigan. That's it. Boring. Fog is the big story right now. Unbelievable super fog, they're calling it now, because there's smoke involved. Good morning, Miss Katie. Hey, Marcia. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know Belize is getting flooded. Future weather. I should have clarified. Future outlooks. I tend to look more to the future than now. We'll look at Belize rain. It should be gone by today. I know that. We've been following that a lot, right? It should be gone at least by later today. And that was all from Invest 97. Hey, Bobby. The weather's good here. It's a little chilly in the morning, but very sunny. Probably be in mid-80s today. We're at that time of year where the AC's on in the morning and the heat's on in the morning and the AC's on at night. Hey, Ryan Anderson. Good to see you, buddy. Good morning from Carolina, Cliff. My allergies were acting up. Anybody's allergies acting up today for some reason? Somebody said we had a lot of smoke in the air down here. I'm going to have to look at that. But, man, I was like, I had to take an antihistamine earlier, man. I feel great now, but anyway. So here's our super fog. So they've closed a lot of the interstate system down there again. Remember they had that terrible wreck a week or 2 weeks ago, a week ago? I'm not sure. It was bad. They had a bad accident yesterday. But there's some videos I just seen on X posted that actually, like a lady doing a video, and she at the end they zoomed the camera out and you lost her. It was so thick. So this area in yellow, that's around the Lake Pontchartrain area, very bad right now. So that's been a big story, and it might happen again tomorrow. So actually, let me show you this real quick. This is what's closed: I-10 east and west. Parts of I-510 are closed. Twin spans, Highways 11. There's a lot of roads closed in Louisiana right now. So, tropics. Tropics, 7-day outlook. Not showing hardly anything. Not showing anything on the official NHC map. There are still signs of Western Caribbean. We'll get into that. We're going to talk about that as soon as I go through all my little windows that I have open here. But as far as official tropics, nothing. Water vapor map that I just teased a second ago. This is an old line here that's leaving behind some juice here in the Caribbean. Right here. Some of the models have this kind of lingering and possibly getting organized and possibly pulling out, possibly. So that's what we're going to talk about. Tropics, not done yet, but we're going to show you all the latest models on that here in a second. Let me show you. As far as severe weather goes, next 3 days, I always like to look at the outlooks ahead. There's only up north. That's where that storm lines are right now. We just showed. Frontal line is going to start developing tomorrow, so there's our storms tomorrow. Remember, light green isn't that bad at all. You can always go to my page here. There's your color map. So light green, no severe thunderstorms expected. Isolated, maybe lightning, some thunderstorms, but green is the lightest chances. So there's tomorrow. Some storms down in Texas, northeastward, and then that's going to remain into Friday. So that front's going to kind of linger down there, and they're going to bring a lot of rains. We're going to show you here in a second. Hazards map. This is don't see this very often. This is a day 3 to 7 hazards map. Pretty much nothing in the whole, not pretty much, nothing showing up. This is from November 10th through the 14th. Not flooding, not storms, not anything as far as significant weather hazards. The only thing showing up is Alaska, of all places, high winds. So quiet towards the end of the week and the early week next week there. Look at that. You don't see that very often. We're kind of like in a stagnant zone here. All right, so rainfall, 7-day rainfall. Somebody just said, will it ever rain again in Palm Harbor? Well, no. Renee's allergies, you said you're clacking up. Oh, Carrie Adams. Yeah, well, maybe it's not just me, Carrie Adams. Mr. Ryan Sullivan, good morning. So there you go. This is 7 days rain totals. Pacific Northwest, yes, this time of year. Texas could get several inches in the lower parts, eastern parts of Texas. This is that frontal line that's going to be coming down, lingering. But look what happens once it gets to the southeast in Florida. We got 0 for 7 days. That's Wednesday morning today to next Wednesday morning. Never seen nothing like it. So that's dry as a bone. Now look at this map. This is even weirder. I posted this one. I actually just did a little TikTok. Raining in Miami, yes, Valerie, you're the only ones. You get a little bit of chances here. When we have a high pressure, the winds feed into the moisture that's below the high pressure, and some of this moisture will feed in off the Atlantic and bring these little spotty morning showers. That's why the southeast bottom part of Florida has a few places that could have some. Now this is a 10-day map. This is a blend of all models. This particular model map uses all models. NOAA puts it together, so it's pretty conservative when it comes to big estimates. But bottom line is, this is until the following Saturday, the 18th. So according to this map, no rain in the gray areas for 10 days. Includes parts of lower Georgia. Louisiana, luckily, going to get a little bit. They're in a bad drought right now, Louisiana, Mississippi. But that's nuts, man. I saw that and I laughed. I'm like, that's like a big hole. It's just a big hole smack dab over Florida, and we're not going to have any rain. And you can see it right now with the current windy map. That's a pretty high barometric pressure, 1021. So there's our current surface analysis. You can see that high pressure literally parked on top of Florida. 1021. I was just looking at some of my footage from Idalia this morning. He got down to 964 millibars in my truck. So you figure 964 pressure up to 1021. That's a huge difference in pressure. But that's why. Anyway, that's the story. Matthew, what's up? Snowcation. You had we'll be chasing snow with you, Matthew. I don't see anything right now. That snow a couple weeks ago was way overachieving compared to what the models predicted. And the NAM was the only one that predicted the mountain snow a couple weeks ago, and they got a lot, even in the Gatlinburg, which is so rare in October. But we'll have to remember that the NAM did a really good job. The NAM is a terrible tropical model, but it did pretty good in the snow. Yes, Felice, there was a 5-something earthquake in Texas. Actually, that I assume is kind of rare. I saw that this morning. Let's see if we can look up data on it. It was a 5.2. No, that's New Zealand. Hold on a minute. Two hours ago. Oh, this is going 2 hours ago. We need to. Let's see if we can narrow. Let's see if we can narrow to the United States. All right. I haven't played around with this map or this one in a long time. All right, so it's an hour ago. Let's do biggest quakes in the U.S. here. 59 years ago. What the hell? We don't want 59 years. What the hell's up with that? Recent quakes. It goes back 59 years ago. Okay, I see it right here. I'm going to click on it, I guess. There it is. There's all the little aftershocks. Here's where it was. All right, so there's the western part of Texas this morning had a pretty big earthquake, and there was a bunch of aftershocks. Ton of aftershocks today. Lots of aftershocks. The main one was, there's a whole bunch of them. They had a 5.3 4 hours ago, but then we had another one. 3.2, 3.4. So, man, there was a ton of aftershocks. As big as but 5.3 is pretty big. I'm not sure if, who felt it. But that was the big news in Texas. Earthquake. Sherry says your husband slept right through it, huh? I could probably sleep through anything. Bark Hall, your little beaver in the back of your house needs some water. You should just take the garden hose maybe and fill it up. I don't know. Anyway. Morning for Cozumel. Dan, good morning. There you go. All right, some more stuff to look at. Then we're going to talk tropics. So there's your high pressure system. What else we got put up? All right, snowfall. We might as well start talking about snowfall since somebody else just brought it up. We're getting close to Thanksgiving. Models do go past 10 days. This is a 10-day accumulation map. Not a lot. This is 10 days of accumulation, obviously out west, yes. But look at this, almost nothing. Even all that rain they're having in Michigan right now, none of that snow. So looking into November 18th, not expected to have anything pretty much to talk about. There's a little bit in upstate New York, maybe a few flurries here and there, but nothing significant. The GFS does go out to Thanksgiving. This is your 24-hour rain or 24-hour snowfall accumulation around Thanksgiving morning. So, when is Thanksgiving? Is it the 23rd? Well, somebody will tell me. But these 300-hour maps rarely pan out, but you get the feeling because the 10-day map is to the 18th and it's not showing much. It's not that many days past that. So this is the GFS expectation on Thanksgiving Day. Can you believe we're talking about Thanksgiving Day? Like the Macy's Day Parade? Like it's really November? Just seems like we were watching that last week. Crazy. Yeah, so there you go. All right, let's look at when the rain's coming. Then we're going to talk about tropics, I guess. Oh, Mark's talking about Eggo blueberry waffles. People with wells have issues near Tarpon Springs. Is that something there, William? I didn't know that. Jamie, I agree. It was just 4th of July. Where did the months go, man? I don't know. I just don't know. Richard, thank you, buddy. Older you get, time flies, right? Hey, 100 days of Daytona. I can't wait for that. We're working on all the final details of our Furman power equipment hurricane awareness machine. I believe Coastal Claims is going to be a part of it again, Mr. Frank, and maybe Tammy from OSR. Florida Division of Emergency Management's going to be on the car again this year. So can't wait for that. For sure. Got our cruise coming up, Miss Shelley. Yep. It's the perfect day to call Miss Kim. Maya's going to be at Daytona. Awesome. Well, look us up. We'll hopefully have a spot on the midway out front this year with handing out hurricane radios. The state of Florida brought down 100 weather radios last year. We handed them out at Daytona Speedway. It was a good cause. We had a lot of really good hurricane preparedness information that we handed out. A lot of stuff for kids, and it was very good. Since Shelly mentioned our cruise, we'll leave it up here for a second. It's a perfect day to call Kim. I think we're about 10 cabins away from being sold out, and then we can start planning things officially. But 3rd annual cruise coming up. If you love cruising, you got to come cruise with us. We have amazing rates. We're doing a huge hurricane seminar on the ship. Love doing that. Long question and answer session afterwards. You get to meet and greet. We're doing a party, a cocktail party. We hand out swag. A lot of stuff for families. It's definitely bring your family. It's during spring break for most kids. The whole MWP crew goes. Miss Shelley, Phil, of course, my crew, Julie and the kids. So we'd love to see you. It's on the Adventure of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, and leaving out of Port Canaveral. Check it out. We'd love to have y'all for sure. For sure, as we get through this El Nino winter, we won't talk about El Nino today. I talk about that a lot, but it is fascinating to see what they expect is going to happen here this winter. But man, we don't see it now. All right, so here's the 7-day outlook going ahead. This is obviously rains up north of Michigan, but going ahead, we got a frontal line coming down. So we're going to take a look at today. There you go, pretty much hot. H means hot. Upper 80s, 87, 88. Might hit some 90s in South Florida. 80s all the way up. Record temperatures for a big part of the U.S. I was reading. We have 88s in northern Louisiana, 80s in Oklahoma, 80s up through Kentucky. This is today, out ahead of that approaching front. Tomorrow, there's our frontal line. So tomorrow morning, our front's really getting going. High pressure locked into Florida. But there's our front tomorrow. And that's going to be the story. Thursday. Thursday evening, could start to see some heavy rain spreading up into Louisiana northeastward. Friday morning, here you go. The front lingers. So Thursday, Friday, right here. Heavy rain northeastward. High pressure remains locked into south, you can start to see the temperature changes here. High temperatures are remaining in the upper 80s, South Florida. There is your lingering rains Friday night. So we can still see some heavy rain Friday night down into Texas. Maybe the tip of the Florida Panhandle Friday night. This is Friday night. Saturday morning through the day, there's our front kind of trying to make its way through Florida. There could be some very light sprinkles in southern east, southeast U.S. Heavy rain even still remains in the Texas on Saturday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, this front flattens out and that lingers. Low pressure down there. Saturday night, lingering front. So good for the folks that are, we got a new drought map tomorrow coming out. But a lot of this area, and definitely Louisiana, Mississippi, are bad right now. Like, I don't think people have ever seen it that bad. Here's your front line Sunday. Front flattens out. Could be little sprinkles here and there, but not showing up as anything worth talking about as far as accumulation goes. Rain remains in Texas, so. And then it starts to fizzle out into Monday. And there's our frontal line, just stagnant. So Texas got rain coming, man, every day. The eastern part, at least. All the way to next Tuesday. There's our front flattening out down in Florida. It could be a little bit cooler first part of next week. Maybe. Nothing's showing up, though. So that's it. Approaching front, flattens out, lingers. There you go. That's the weather in a nutshell. Eric, can't wait for the cruise too, buddy. We could talk Mopar. Tronzy bit, not a lot of snow coming right now. Oh, Linda said you were on that European winter storm. Curon, right? Is that how you pronounce it? I had to look it up. Curon. That was an amazing storm over there in Western Europe. Which map is that, Katie? The one I just showed? It's secret. I keep it right down here. Animate day. Right here. Animate day 1 to 7. A little secret. So you can click on that one and be your own little weather person. Tariq from Houston. You looks like you might get some rain coming, which is good. Mark Hall's in Nashville. It's a fun spot. I love Nashville. I've only been a couple times. So Maya says your husband works at NASCAR. Cool. Yeah, I grew up NASCAR. Not the same as it used to be, but I still love it, especially the fans. Fans are great. NASCAR fans. We all talk about the good old days, you know. Kelly, no hope for rain. Maybe some in the tip of the panhandle with this front coming down. Harold, you said 4 seasons in 4 days. I know, you had extreme cold, right? Record cold, now you got record heat. Yeah, William, crazy Indian with NASCAR. Yep, I was. Truck race was wild, right? That's for sure. All right. So let's talk about the tropics before we lose everybody. So yesterday we, on our little daily brew, I figured we were going to get one of these new maps out. We did. So here's a new global tropics hazards map. It's kind of scary. So when I post it, I just say the global tropics map. I don't say hazards. And it never fails. I can predict it. When I posted it, I get the trolls that say I'm hyping, and Well, I just love it. I laugh. This is an official map. I didn't make it up. It's from NOAA. But anyway, they are highlighting the Caribbean. November 15th to 21st. We see this map wrong a lot. So it's not official, but they are at least keeping the Caribbean on the lookout. There you go. Whether it happened or not, we'll see. There's a lot of models though that are very interested. I will say that. So let's digest this little spot. So the Western Caribbean is officially on the NOAA map. Nothing into the end of the month, which is great, but it can happen. You know, not saying it will. Just when you look at where we're at, 11/8, we're right here somewhere. And if you notice, June. I mean, there's actually more activity here than June and July than there is in June and July. So historically, you can still have something. So we'll see. Let's go to Tropical Tidbits. Let me show you the latest operational models. And the GFS is doing GFS things, being highly aggressive on development. But you can basically see low pressure starts to get going middle part of next week. So let's go to next Tuesday, Wednesday. So there's our beginnings of something on the GFS next week. Most of the trends have been northeast-ish. Missing Florida, most of them. And definitely being maybe something to watch down in Jamaica, the Caymans, obviously Bahamas. We do have people down there. But here's the latest GFS. Shows pretty quick development smack dab over Jamaica, possibly as a hurricane. This would be Thursday next week, and it races it off. That's a very believable path this time of year. And it's been very consistent showing that, GFS. A little stronger last overnight. You don't want to see 930 millibar, but it's always the aggressive one. So it's been consistent. You like consistency. You like to see, there's the last 3 runs of the GFS. All right. Latest Euro actually starts to show it consistently right here. Been very consistent showing low pressure now. This is 9 days. It's 8 days from now. So Euro's showing it consistently. Low pressure down here in the lower Caribbean. It's worth noting that. Here is the vorticity map. Clear sign something's trying to get going. Long range steering, hard to tell. But we do have a lot of people watching. Just not the U.S. Very curious though what's cooking down here. So we got the GFS showing, we got the Euro showing, we got the Canadian showing. It's weak, but it's showing nonetheless. So there's 3 models pretty much showing something brewing in the Western Caribbean or Lower Caribbean, basically. Now we flip on over to the Euro ensembles, and they are kind of showing you a general northeast pole. The GFS kind of the same, and this affects a lot of people if they're cruising. This would be later part of next week. This thing could start to affect folks. And latest Canadian or blend of Canadian. So there's this high confidence, some sort of low pressure is trying to pull up northeast currently with the models. We go to the ensemble member and the Euro. pretty much a lot of them down here. This would be next Friday. And kind of pulls them out. GFS, lots of members pulling out. And the Canadian, same. So we've been watching this for a lot of days. I mean, it's not like this just popped out of nowhere. And it, you know, definitely seems to be stemming from leftovers today. So here's that funky line that's out there right now. This is moisture. Belize, like I said before, you all should be nearing the end of your rain by tomorrow. A little bit more into the weekend. That's been showing up. So you do get a break Thursday, Friday, but it looks like another surge is heading your way this weekend. Unfortunately. So this is a cool way to look at things. I just started doing this year. It's clear. It's a clearer map because it shows 24-hour accumulations of rain. And if you look at current satellite imagery here, you can see this leftover area that is spinning off, but it's kind of left behind some moisture. And as this breaks off away, this general area here might try to just linger in these, you know, strong winds that you see down there, lower level winds right here. These are your lower level winds, and you can just see always have a flow pattern of east to west. So because our system's weak, you know, these winds that are rolling kind of help bring it to here. And then it'll fester down here, and we'll, you know, you see if they develop or not. But according to Euro, you can follow the moisture, and then it just kind of lingers down here. This is first part of next week, and it kind of pulls it off. You look at the latest GFS ensembles with the moisture. There's our area just lingering, and then it kind of blows it out of there. And then the latest Canadian, there's your moisture map Friday. Here it is. It's really neat to look at it this way. I've never really done that before, but it really gives you a clear picture on the air, you know, where you're watching and where it's coming from. I never really looked at the area that it originates from, but doing it this way, you can basically see, you know, where it's going. So there you go. You know, I know I talk about it all the time, but the water temperatures are plenty hot. It's still in the 80s. Let's open up this map just in case you didn't watch yesterday. Temperatures still 84, 85. Still 80 in the Gulf. Still plenty warm enough. Not saying it's coming to the Gulf. I'm just saying the waters are in the 80s, which is warmer than average. Still plenty of ocean heat potential. So there's, you know, definitely a lot of fuel down there. And that's for the comments that say it's water's too cold and all that stuff. So we showed Hurricane Kate back in the day, and it actually intensified from a Category 2 to Category 3 in the Gulf when the water temperatures were like 79. And we saw that with Hurricane Florence. So I'm not wish casting, trust me, just trying to put some of the comments that I believe are inaccurate. Hey, David Berryhill, yes, I've been trying to follow the Appalachian Mountains, experiencing a lot of fires, unfortunately, and the drought is expected to increase more towards that area. But look at all these fires ongoing here. Lots of fires. These are all fires currently. North Georgia, Carolinas, into Tennessee here. These are all current fires happening. along the mountains. So that's not good. Lots of fires. And the current drought map, which we're going to get a new one tomorrow, highlights the fact that D4 is the worst you can get, and Mississippi and Louisiana, tremendous drought. Like D4 doesn't get any higher than that. Almost the whole state of Mississippi or Louisiana here, almost the whole state, or at least half the state of Mississippi here, is in a exceptional drought, D4 status. D3 almost the whole state, unheard of. But then when you look at outlooks, unfortunately, this is a map that shows areas that are probably going to become in a drought, which is the yellow. And the outlook for, more of the mountain area is looking like we could see drought added tomorrow, which includes a lot more of North Carolina, a lot more of Georgia, a lot more into Virginia. So we'll see if they increase the drought areas, which is the fires. And we don't have a lot of rain coming in the next week, so that only adds to things. And, when you get low humidity and high winds, let's just go back to tropical tidbits here and just look at the southeast and look at humidity. Low, extremely low humidity right now. Man, incredibly low humidity right now. No wonder things are dry. I've never seen this low humidity. This is like 20s and 15 and like 10. That's incredible. But brown is very, very low humidity. Now here's that front coming in Friday, and it'll linger. This is Sunday, so we, even though we won't have any rain in Florida, this is Sunday. Humidity will be back up, and it'll be in the 80s, so it'll be hot. Emily's got softball, so we're in the summer hydration mode of Gatorade. But then here comes the humidity back again, and that's extremely dry on Monday. And it just lingers for a little while. Look at that, a lot. So, very dry pattern shaping up. Then you add winds to that, obviously. And it's not good. At all. All right, we want to look at some ensemble maps here real quick on our possible tropics to look at. Everybody calling Kim now, right? Kim's phone's going to be ringing off. Keisha softly says, no rain in Perry. Perry, I'm looking back at my footage from Perry. Idalia. Then y'all had that tornado. Bob Daly, good question. The spot, probably because it's outside of 7 days. They usually only mark spots they believe could form within 7 days. So it's a little long range. I would suspect that we'll get a circle down there. And then we can go tag everybody that said the season was done, that thinks I'm hyping. All right, so here is the latest ensembles from the Euro, and you can see majority of them keeping that northeast kind of look to it. If anything were to form. Latest year GFS ensembles are here. I don't want the Gulf. We'll do Caribbean. And you can see the majority of them are just off northeast of Florida there. AccuWeather yesterday officially declared the continental U.S. season is closed. So pretty ballsy move, in my opinion. Especially when we had Nicole this time last year. But we will see. Kevin said they ain't got no time for that. I know. I love it. All right. What else can we talk about? Here's my butter, Justin. Danger. Listen. Did you know? In case you're wondering, here's a link to the store. I posted that. Great Christmas presents. I just ordered a new. I wore my long sleeve original Drunk Donkey shirt yesterday. I love it. Long sleeve tee, very comfy. This is my favorite one, dark gray. I love this shirt. There's my special little shirt for the wintertime. It makes me feel good because I hate cold. Our local Chili's just got a new air conditioner, and when you have a good functioning air conditioner, there's no humidity, and when you have no moisture in the air, it feels cooler, and it is cold. So, I was freezing in there, even with my long sleeve sweat or t-shirt. So that's it for the storyline. Frontal line lingers. No storms expected. Just rain, dry. No big cold front coming down anytime soon. The weather's just kind of in a do not disturb mode. Do not disturb. Let's look at high temperatures. Let's look at that for today. So we have upper 90s in Texas today, 80s all the way to Kentucky, maybe even into Indiana and Illinois, 80s today, 80s in Missouri. Hot day. Tomorrow, front starts to show up. So today's hot, tomorrow's not for most. We don't talk about Florida. Friday, look at that. There's your frontal line. High temperatures on Friday won't even get out of the 50s for some people in the blue. But we'll be down in the upper 80s and 90s in the Florida on Friday. Saturday, high temperatures, very nice for everybody but Florida. Panhandle is not part of the heat that's coming. These are high temperatures for Saturday. So it's a pretty good little cool down, right? Highs of 60s and 50s for most everybody. Sunday, same. Hot down in South Florida. Might be nice. We're going to Gainesville. We might, oh my goodness, we might feel some of that cooler air in Gainesville, maybe. Monday, it is going to finally wiggle down, though, so there's hope. I hate going out more than a week, but if you want some good news, here is your high temperatures. Let's find the best day. So we saw that frontal line. It kind of gets a final push for the first part of the week. These are high temperatures for Wednesday, and we might not get out of the 70s for most of the state. So high temperatures for next Wednesday. It's possible the whole state stays in the 70s for Wednesday. Sunday, there's hope we might be kind of, where the hell is Gainesville? Somewhere around here. God, look at 88 on Sunday. So look at Saturday. Look at Saturday. God, we got 80s all the way through the bottom. We might even get like upper 90s in some parts of South Florida on Saturday. So back to that Wednesday storyline. Monday night we could get back into maybe some 50s, but not until then. Yeah, it might be tomorrow still, but it's AC at night and heat in the morning kind of days. All right. Well, let's take a couple more hellos. Vicky from Panama City, what's going on? We're going to be up there for the Gulf Coast Jam in June with my buddy Mark Sheldon, Rindy. We're going to be up there hanging out. Oh, Jade, I do. Listen, Jade, back to my store. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. They sell tall. 2XT is tall, which means it's like two or 3 inches longer than normal. That's awesome. Yes. I discovered that one day. I hate some shirts that are short. No, that's a woman's. That's but they do sell a tall version, which is cool. So you got 2XL, 2XT, a little bit taller, which is great. For some reason, some shirts are too short, and I don't like that. All right, anything else we can talk about? Hoodies. Yeah, belly shirt. Jade, I know. I know what you're talking about. The older you get, you end up only you only have a few shirts that you really cling to, right? Like you look in your drawer, half the shirts. I'm sure there's some dudes out there that know what I'm talking about, but 3/4 of my shirts in my dresser I could probably throw away because I'll be like, nah, I don't like the way that one fits. Nah, that one don't. But I keep them because I don't want to throw them away. So I always end up grabbing the same shirts. And I've got some of the same shirts for years now. I'll get a shirt that is brand new and I'll tell Julie, don't wash it. Because it's probably the only time I'm ever going to get to wear it again. It's a guy thing. Ivory, Pensacola is part of Florida. I know, right? We have the Panhandle versus Peninsula. Totally two different areas. All right. Well, hello to our friends in Belize. You got some more rain. Tomorrow looks great, but you're going to have another surge of moisture. It looks like through the weekend it starts to accumulate. And whatever happens with this potential low pressure down there, you could have a period of some heavy rains at least through the early part of the week. So we're watching this big old blob of rain here, and we're going to see if it tries to do anything. There's your next 10 days rain forecast. So let's see what we got here. Ugh, more rain. So whatever happens with anything tropical, this is your 10-day rain accumulation. And there's a lot of rain. Panama, Central America, Belize. GFS is a little less because it's showing. Look at you, Ian, 16 inches. Is that possible? Look at the difference of the euro. Almost very little in the GFS. Like a foot plus of rain in Jamaica. Let's hope not. You can't ever trust the GFS. Ever. So the euro is predicting a couple inches of rain next 10 days. GFS is like through the roof. Huge difference. That's because it's expecting a tropical development and races it off to the northeast. So something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Anyway, all right. Well, hey, listen, everybody. It was great talking. Shelly, appreciate your help. We're getting ready to start mailing out our Brew Crew thank yous for the year. Be patient, but we appreciate all the support for sure. Huge thanks to folks like Dunright Roofing here in Pinellas County, Hillsborough, and Pasco. We've got a little support here from Gulf Coast State College. They have a really good mobile home tie-down program, and a lot of that's put on by the state of Florida. So great information here on their helping folks secure their homes. And it's through Gulf Coast State College, which is really interesting. Our good buddies from Appalachia Bay, Mr. Sullivan, Coastal Claims, talked about them. They're doing our car again. Mr. Frank helping you out, insurance industry. Anybody need a good public adjuster, they're the best. Many of our MWPs have went there and had amazing success is the word you might want to use. So there's only a couple times in your life you really need insurance sometimes, and you might as well do the best you can when you can, because you might only, get a couple times in your lifetime where you need help to really settle for what you deserve. I know we had a lot of flooding with Idalia. Everybody I talked to, up and down the whole Florida coast here, there's so many flooding stories from Idalia, like all the way down to where Ian hit, all the way up to the Panhandle in the Big Bend area. Flooding was unbelievable with Idalia. Every town along the Florida West Coast had some sort of, damages from Idalia flooding. I don't know how many thousands of homes, but it's going to be in the thousands of homes that were flooded because of Idalia. And that's definitely when you need help to get everything you deserve. All right, so we'll be live tomorrow. Appreciate you watching. A little bit of weather. We'll keep an eye on the tropics. Nothing to worry about, obviously. Nothing's official. Another foggy day expected tomorrow. So if you make any travel plans along the upper Gulf Coast, Louisiana especially, be careful. There's a lot of smoke and fog. We got a new drought map tomorrow. We're watching for fires in the mountains in the Carolinas and Appalachians. That's a big story unfolding. Big rain in Texas. No storms expected for Texas, just heavy rains. And then Florida's in their big old drought. And long range temperatures looking kind of warm as we get close to Thanksgiving. It'll be close. We'll start doing 10-day Thanksgiving forecast once we get in that window. But right now it's a little too far away to say with certainty, right? Here's our Miss Tropical Troubles. A little late there, girl. I know you posted the fog on X. See Mr. Richard Reamer, Mr. Conehead. We're having a family discussion on Christmas time. Told the girls we could do a little vacation. Emily wants to go to New York. Julie wants to go to Vegas. I want to go to the mountains. I have a feeling it's going to come down to what Julie and Sarah or Emily decides. But I hate crowds, so I can't even imagine New York around Christmas time. Never been. Don't really want to go. I guess I could stay in the hotel room the whole time. So we'll see who settles that great debate. Cool. All right. Well, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I know, right, Shelly? That's just something about the mountains. I don't know what it is. Louisiana fog and smoke smog. I know, they're calling it a super fog, though. Women always win. There's a New York hotel in Vegas. Yeah, I guess so. I really don't have a bucket list, I guess. I don't know, Maybe an Alaskan cruise, maybe. I don't know. I actually did look, but I guess they don't do any Alaska cruises during the wintertime. Now, why not? I mean, you got high winds. And you be out there with the deadliest catch crew out there rocking and rolling on the on the high seas there. And it's cold. It's winter, right? So I was like trying to look for cruises, and I'm like, they don't have any. Then I'm like, oh, I don't know why. Duh. What's up, Mr. James? Softball this weekend. Cool. All right, well, I'm going to work a little bit on some of my daily clips. See if there's anything I might post. Keep an eye out for that. And that's it for weather. We'll see what tomorrow brings us, right? Enjoy your day. Hope it's a good one. Hump day. We'll see everybody tomorrow on Thursday, all right? Cheers.